Go live. Hey, we're live. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Darren here.
And Brandon and Candace is in the back with the chat, which I see a lot of you are chatting already, which is fantastic.
Pretty cool.
I hear there's things going about a Discord server, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently, I guess Candace is going to start up a White Hatter Discord server.
We'll see.
Apparently, kind of like the lights in the background again. I like that. Kind of really like that. Right? I like the blue. I don't like that. You're not going to strobe it, are you? Are you going to strobe it? Oh God.
I love our new lights.
Let's go blue. Let's go.
Entirely Candace's idea, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. They're cool. They're cool.
I like those.
What's with the our? It says Planter's baby nut.
We will see.
We're going to talk about that, sure, aren't we?
I'm sure we will.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get into the program, everyone.
Let's do it.
So let's talk about some updates.
Yeah, what were you up to this past week?
We were in Leavenworth.
Yeah, we did a lot of traveling. Yeah.
As you can tell from the pictures, it's still very much Christmas in that area.
It's like little Bavaria in Washington State. It's up in the Cascade Mountains. Very, very cool. It's like their Oktoberfest there. I've been there during October. Just spectacular.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Spectacular.
Yeah, we were at a bunch of different schools there.
Yeah, I taught at the high school and the middle school.
I was at the elementary
school. You were
school.
at the elementary school, and there's a couple of the high school students behind me, really flashing up the White Hatter symbol. Yeah, the White Hatter hand symbol. There we are, the White Hatter, right, kind of thing. Had a really good time. Really good time.
Cal was...
Yeah, we weren't the only ones on the team.
Cal was at Eric Hamber, our grade 11 students. Teaching them how to leverage social media to their benefit. So that was really awesome. Shout out to Cal and that school.
Yes.
And for those of you who follow our blog and us on Facebook, you may have seen we just published, you wrote a new article on some ride-sharing safety tips.
Uber just started in Vancouver, and we had a follower ask us if we had any recommendations with respect to security in rider sharing programs like Uber or Lyft. So I wrote this article, posted up there, and for those people who love Uber and Lyft, have a read of it. It really covers off some of the most important things when it comes to safety.
It's around the front page on our website and also the White Hatter Facebook page. So check it out if you're interested in those safety tips.
We got a new blog coming out this week too, don't we?
We should be, so keep eye out for that.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Let's talk about some news stories. Which brings us to the main topic, which is as on the marquee, right here, this baby nut thing.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Boom, 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 boom. What do you think?
Candace just said in my ear, she hates it.
I know. It was kind of funny because a couple of weeks ago, Planters announced that they were killing off Mr. Nut, right? Nobody knew what the hell was going on. And then all of a sudden this appeared, and there's no doubt that this is a takeoff of
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. I got a question for you. Who would win in a battle? Baby Nut or Baby Yoda?
I would take Baby Nut. I would grind it into peanut butter and feed it to Baby Yoda.
Isn't that kind of like a meme right now?
Yeah, that is a meme.
Okay.
That's the best meme.
How about if Baby Nut fights Baby Groot?
Groot would stomp on it.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how about Baby Yoda and Baby Groot?
Ooh.
I know.
Baby Yoda or Baby Groot?
Yeah.
Is that what the chat says?
Yeah, I think Baby Yoda. I think Baby Yoda would take Baby Groot. Yeah. Anyways, it was kind of interesting.
Let us know in the chat. Baby Yoda, Baby Groot. You decide.
You know what? Any controversy is good controversy, and I think Planters by doing this was a good marketing ploy for them for sure. But it was interesting.
Despite how cringy it is.
And it was kind of interesting to see how the internet blew up with people going, "This is dumb," right? And like Baby Yoda would kill it and mash it up and eat it like peanut butter and stuff. So anyways.
Looks like the chat's mostly voting for Baby Yoda.
Yeah, Baby Yoda. Yeah,
all right.
Baby Yoda.
All right.
JJ or JDJJ. Hey, he gave me the cup. There it is. There's his sign right there. He just said, "I rode in a Uber yesterday." I know. We rode in one time when we were down in San Diego. Kind of cool. So yeah, for sure. JDJJ1212 also said, "I can help with custom White Hatter Discord emoji." Oh. Ooh, Candace, did you hear that? Yeah, hear that? Very interesting. What else we got going?
Canadian CRTC, so the people who kind of regulate our cell phone carriers, has wrote a very stern letter to the cell phone carriers going, all these cell phone hijacking of SIMs, not cool.
No, it's not.
And they gave the cell phone industry here in Canada until February 14th, which is like 5 days.
Are you sure you don't count very well? You don't count very well. Are you sure?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Valentine's Day.
That's 5 days away.
What you get? Are you getting something for Candace for Valentine's Day?
Surprises.
Surprises. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, you know what? This is a clear shot over the bow of the industry from the CRTC, right? Like the industry has to do something about this because this the sim jacking is not uncommon,
Problematic.
now, right? It is. It's problematic. So I think it's really cool that the CRTC put a shot over the bow of these vendors to say, hey, listen, you guys have got to come out with something to help deal with this kind of stuff, and they're absolutely right. Right? They're making billions of dollars off of this stuff. So, hey, start coughing up some money and fixing this issue and making it harder.
Yeah.
Right? So anyways, what else we got going on? What else we got
Someone
going
just said in the chat, I should get Candace Disney Plus for Valentine's Day. She said, going in my ear going, yeah!
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. What else we got going?
Speaking of industry, here's a good
Hey, can I
thing.
say something?
Yes.
You're not wearing a tie today. You're not, and your sleeves are
I
rolled
got a really
up.
popped collar. Everything's
It's like you look like the
There you
70s
go.
right now, kind of thing.
There
But
you
a little like I kind of like the look.
All right,
Yeah, sometimes we'll wear ties and that kind of stuff. Today I'm wearing my fedora. Right? Usually my Zoot fedora. That's what it's called. It's called a Zoot fedora.
That's
right?
a callback from the Instagram live show 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes ago. So what else we got going?
Good thing from the industry. Elon
Candace
Musk.
is really trying to put pressure on you to get this. She's in my ear going, it's all over the place about this Disney chat about you buying it for her. Like, oh my God. Don't give in to the pressure. Although, as I like to say, happy wife, happy life. Just saying.
Elon Musk made
Sometimes
some
I feel
comments
like enough.
this week, which are very interesting. He said basically he doesn't care if you graduated high school to work for him. Basically, it's furthermore, he said, instead of looking for those with we're looking for those with deep understanding of artificial intelligence. While educational background is irrelevant, all candidates must pass hardcore coding tests before they are applied.
Well, it's kind of like what we
Before
say
they're-
in schools, right? Like if you can code Python, HTML, JavaScript, C++, or one of the other binary languages of the internet, once you graduate, there are companies out there like Musk's company that will offer you jobs, right?
Even if you have a PhD and you have all this education, if you can't pass their tests, sorry, no job for you.
I agree.
Fantastic.
I mean, like, there's no doubt that we need brainiacs, like academics like you and others out there, getting your masters and PhDs. But, I think in today's world, to get a good paying job, you don't necessarily need to have that
Skill-based.
piece of paper, right?
All
It's
skill-based.
becoming more skill-based, for sure. And it's becoming more of the on-life skill-based, right?
Yeah.
With respect to things like coding. And so, for those of you who are watching, who are involved in coding, robotics, stick with it, because there's a big pot of gold at the end of that rainbow.
Oh,
Right?
exactly.
For sure. What else?
Last week on the show, we talked about how Google had created this low-tech solution you wrap around your phone to turn your phone into a standard phone. Anyway, so an editor online had decided to take on the challenge and actually do the
challenge.
The challenge.
So what
and
happened?
what they did is, did your
Drop my
mic
mic.
fall?
No, I got it right here. I thought I fell. But here we go. We're good.
All right. There we go.
There we go.
And what they did is, so they actually put their phone in this envelope to see what would happen. And what's interesting is they actually tried for a full day to live their life with their phone in this little paper wallet. And a couple quotes of interest here. I decided to use my second phone to navigate directions and keep the Pixel 3a sealed.
Go figure.
Furthermore, without a bedside clock I used to wake for an alarm, I used the second phone again to look up movies, to get a confirmation email code for the movie that they went to, and to check the transit app to check the bus schedule. So just kind of a little interesting insight in regards to, can you live a day with your phone sealed? All you can do is make a standard phone call. And it's challenging.
Well, it is, especially if you're kind of using all these other programs that you become attuned to, right? Like, sleeve that put over the phones was a stupid thing anyways, right? Like, it made no sense to me. Call me a boomer if you want, but it's like, are you kidding
Wait,
me?
but wouldn't boomers be for that, of making their phones dumber?
Not this dripping boomer. Not this dripping boomer. Like, if I wanted a dumb phone, I'd just buy a flip phone. They're still available out there. right? So why not just get a flip phone to do that, right? But I mean, in today's world, again, it's going to be age dependent, right? I'm not going to give, somebody who's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like an iPhone XS Max, right? Like, what are we doing, right? There's some better options out there, especially when it comes to Androids, that are far more simpler, not as smart as the smartphones, not as powerful, and they're like little training wheels for kids. But this whole idea of putting a sleeve over your phone, are you freaking kidding me, right? Anyways,
it's an interesting thought to play with.
Just saying.
Again, the chat really is talking about this Disney Plus thing.
I know.
Like Life of Potterhead,
They're putting a lot
Brandon,
of-
Disney Plus for Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's just ridiculous. She's trying to put pressure on you. I'm just saying.
Candace is using the chat against me, and
she
she's
is.
getting all of our community.
She's weaponizing it.
Yeah, she's turning the community against
weaponizing our
me.
community against you right now. But if you get the Disney Plus, can mom and dad tap into it?
Probably.
Yeah. Anyways.
For those who don't know, as I see there's some confusion in the chat for some of our new time viewers. Candace, who is our social media coordinator, she is in the back and she's the one managing the entire chat. So
No, she's not. I'm doing it. You just can't see my fingers moving because they're so fast.
Because you're using your toes.
Right?
And she also happens to be my girlfriend. We've been together for about 5-6 years now.
A girlfriend or a partner?
Partner.
Yeah, thank you.
She's my partner.
Yeah, whatever.
And yeah.
I am typing. You just can't see you.
He's using his toes.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways, what else?
Interesting thing that you came across this week on TikTok.
Oh,
You saw some videos of some individuals doing some dangerous acts.
We love TikTok. We have our own TikTok channel and stuff. Like, we use TikTok, right? Kind of cool to spread the message, reach out. But this one is kind of a dangerous one where it's a team approach where you have two people on either side of a person standing in the middle. The two people on the outside jump up first, and then they get the person in the middle to jump up. And as soon as the person in the middle jumps up, as they're coming down, the people on the end kick the feet out of the person. They fall flat on their back, and oh my God, right? The possibility of a traumatic brain injury taking place here is going to be significant.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok's great, a lot of great things, but sometimes people will do things that, they really shouldn't be doing. Or thinking that, it's just, you just fall on your butt.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, there's one video there that I show where the kid's head bounces right off of the cement. And in my policing career, we investigated several cases where people were seriously injured or even died as a result of falling from a standing position and their coconut hitting the ground, cracking it, and as a result of that, they died or ended up with a traumatic brain injury for the rest of their lives. Got to be careful. Excuse me. It's like we say, it's not the app; it's how people use the app, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people doing some really cool things on TikTok. We're doing some cool things on TikTok, right? But there's some people doing some things that although they look funny to that age group, and this is kind of trending with the younger ages. I would say elementary, middle school, not so much high school and above. But, and although it looks really funny, because they're not thinking about the future, these are issues that can have some very traumatic results that'll stick with you for the rest of your life. So our message, don't do it, right? Don't do this trending thing. It's just, it's stupid. Some people go, what if I do it on grass instead of cement, right? Well, guess what? It's the same thing can happen on hard grass as well. And don't just think about traumatic brain injuries. Think about broken hips, broken wrists, because when people fall backwards, they put their hands down. There's all kinds of issues associated with what's going on that trend. So just be aware of it.
Yeah.
Just be aware of it. What's the next one?
Google got in a little bit of trouble this week.
Oh, what happened?
So Google released a statement saying between November 21st and 25th, anyone who used the download your data service may have experienced a serious glitch. Unfortunately, during this time, some videos in Google Photos were incorrectly exported to unrelated users' archives. So those private videos...
As Scooby-Doo would say,
those private videos may not have been that private. Thankfully, apparently there's only a small portion of users who were affected, but I mean, serious case, especially if you had a very private video, you want no one else to see.
Well, once again, a really good example to get people to understand that everything you post online is public, it's permanent, it's searchable, exploitable, copyable, shareable, and potentially for sale, right? So just before you hit that send button, just know that after you hit that send button, whatever you're sending, although you think it's going to stay private, could become public.
Oh yeah. Shout out to AJ.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, AJ.
Yeah.
Hello.
We do shout outs.
We do.
This segment, one of my favorite segments. Sorry, what happened?
Or what I say is, say what?
Okay. When I saw this, I loved it. So,
this is funny.
this is
actually.
great. I love this.
I remember reading this one.
Okay, all right. So, someone had got 99 smartphones.
How many?
99.
99.
They put them in this wheelbarrow.
In a wet red wheelbarrow.
And they turned on Google Maps.
Yeah, and they turned on all the phones.
On the phones.
Yeah.
And they walked down the streets and they basically, on Google Maps, created traffic jams. Although there were no cars to be seen.
No, that's funny. That's what I call a no-tech hack, right?
That's a very techie hack.
It is, but it isn't, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not as if they're using code or anything.
Yeah, true.
The question is, where did they get 99 phones from?
And then they got them connected to, anyways.
Pretty funny. Pretty funny. You know what we should do? We should put 99 phones in the back of our car and just drive around town and see what happens. That's actually pretty funny, right? Like when you think about it.
create some traffic jams in downtown Victoria.
Especially because so many people use, I got a great thought. Because so many people use Google Maps and Apple Maps now and they're looking for where things get jammed up, they take alternate routes. So if we have 99 phones in our car and we're driving around a busy city, everybody will see that road is busy, so they'll go elsewhere, which now means we have a quicker point to get to where we're going. Hey! What do you think?
Now, here's the thing.
That might work.
People use Google Maps and Apple Maps.
Wow.
So you'd have to have, like...
Well, I bet you if you took those 90 phones, just make it 100 and go 50 Google, 50 Apple.
Okay.
Put them in the back of the car. That would be kind of a cool social experiment to see what would happen.
First off, we need 100 phones, 50 Apple, 50 Android.
Are there any cell phone companies out there that want to donate us 50 Androids and 50 iPhones so we can try that? Because that would be kind of interesting, right? Like I said, because a lot of people, you use it all the time. I use it all the time when we're planning to go wherever we're going. We'll have a look at the maps and see what's busy, and if there's backups for 10, 50 minutes, we'll take an alternative route, right? So this might actually work to your advantage. Anyways,
First, you need...
of course, we think of an evil way to use it, right?
It's not evil.
Well,
It's not hurting anyone.
no, that's true. And it's actually helping us to get from point A to point B quicker, right?
A question says...
Hey,
okay.
what happens if you put it in a plane? Or in a drone? There's so many cool things. Anyways, what else we
99
got?
phones on a drone.
I know.
That'd be a big drone.
Well, yeah. Well, look at the size of the drones out there that are carrying stuff now. Amazon,
Okay.
anyways.
Question. Okay. Have you heard of Life 360?
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
A lot of controversy over it right now.
I've seen it. I think it's a little too intrusive
Yep.
for what
I agree.
families are able to access for younger individuals.
I agree. A lot of parents will go, well, I want to put on there so I know where my kid is. Well, why use Life 360? If they have an iPhone, Find My iPhone.
It's free.
It's free. Doesn't cost you anything, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty intrusive, and the kids are making lots of memes over it right now. I don't know if you've seen that, but they're making lots of memes, a lot of jokes over it, over on TikTok over that very issue and stuff. So,
Yeah.
for younger kids, it makes some sense with respect to watching what your kid. But as they get older, parents, you gotta cut the cord, right? You gotta cut that cord. Kids have no right to privacy until such time as they can prove to us they're being good digital citizens, and once they do that, then reward them for it, right? So just think about, the parents that are watching, be a little reflective. When you were a teen, how would you feel if you knew that your parents were watching a 360, right?
Yeah.
Just something to think about. A little different if the kid has got some problematic behavior and issues
Yes.
like that, like a little different. Or I know a family that's using it because their son, actually, a younger boy, when I say younger boy, in his early teens, he has, I think it was Downs, but he's also very much a wanderer. Like he wanders a lot and stuff. So there's times where he goes and so there's a
Legitimate
really
reason.
Yeah,
legitimate reason.
Right? So.
AJ, question. Are apps that give you free money for playing games real or scams?
Sham.
Usually we find they're scams somehow.
Sham.
I mean, could there be a situation where it is real? Sure, anything can happen, but I've yet to see anything legitimately follow through in those claims.
Sham.
What
Did
he
I say
said.
it's a sham?
What he said.
Sham.
Another story?
Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting one. You shared this with me.
Academics steal data from air-gapped systems that have no connection to the internet by using the screen brightness.
So explain what an air gap is for what people don't know.
An air gap is a security measure. So like nuclear power plants have air gap systems. They don't connect to the internet.
So that makes
for obvious reasons.
So it makes it harder for hackers to get in.
Basically.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a lot of variables here.
Right.
So if you're a hacker
right.
and you're able to get a piece of virus
yep.
on a computer,
yep.
usually through a flash drive,
right.
and then if you have a camera pointing at the screen,
yep.
you can make a virus send data by changing the screen brightness by 7%, which your human eye can't see, but cameras can see, and you can transmit data from the laptop to the camera remotely.
Wow.
Okay, I mean, first off, really cool. Second off, very complicated to actually succeed with.
It's very Mission Impossible-ish.
Copyright strike.
But, what?
It's a copyright.
Oh, whatever.
It's YouTube.
But here's the issue, right? The issue with this is that, number one, you have to have a camera in there in order to see that. And, I mean, it's another security flaw for sure.
I mean,
but
I just like someone thought of this.
That's because it was the first letter in the heading is academic.
Yeah.
That's what you are. You're an academic, right? Of
yes.
course you academics like that stuff. But again, it is a security feature. Because what if somebody's got a camera in the room and it was a Wi-Fi camera and they didn't put the proper protection on there? Well, then I can connect and then potentially see that way, right?
Yeah, potentially.
Potentially. I mean, there's a lot of variables on that one, but
yeah.
kind of interesting.
Anyways,
it's kind of interesting to know that by just changing the
ones and zeros, right?
Yeah.
On and off, on and off, on and off.
Right, but by changing the contrast on the computer screen a little bit, you can put subliminal messages in there that the human eye can't pick up, but a camera can't. Kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
Anyways, hey, let's talk about some tech projects.
Oh yeah.
Kind of tech, a quasi-tech.
This is a low tech.
Low tech.
Low tech.
For a high-tech vehicle. So basically, Mother created this little like a strap that goes over a seatbelt for if there's a passenger who might have autism or who's deaf, to help. Let's say worst case scenario, something happens to the car and emergency crews have to go pull someone out of the car.
Right.
Well, someone who may be deaf or autistic might have issues communicating to first responders.
Oh, there you go.
So this can give responders some information on how they can proceed and help that person.
Yeah, I mean, kids who are autistic, if you're going to pull them out, they could get somewhat combative on you. And if the firefighters don't know that, then, or the police, or whoever the first responder is, ambulance, they're going, what's going on here? So I guess by having that on the seatbelt, it kind of puts perspective and context for the first responder, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool, right? And window stickers as well.
Yeah, Candace said in my ear from her experience. She's heard you can put stickers on windows, but the thing is, Candace said in my ear, she says, well, those things can break, so you lose that communication.
Yeah.
Seatbelt's always there.
Yeah, in most cases, for sure.
Another really cool tech project. Shout out to Michael Hibbert from White Rock, who created this anti-bullying website.
He did it for a class project or something, didn't he?
He created this website through Google, and he used us as a resource. And so shout out for us, and shout out back to you, Michael. Thank you so much for including us in your school project resource.
Pretty cool.
That's
Pink
awesome.
Shirt Day's coming up pretty soon, right?
Yes, it is.
It is, right? So, I mean, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a little picture of what they added.
That's kind of cool, right? Like, I mean, it's really neat to see how teens now are using the internet themselves to develop and produce social change messages, and doing projects like this and being marked on it by teachers, right? Which is kind of cool. You know, a lot of teachers are probably looking at that going, how the hell did he do that? Right? So kind of cool.
Yeah, Life of Potterhead says in the comments, in the chat, they think that's a great idea for the seatbelt.
Yeah.
For anyone who has any special needs. You can put anything on that seatbelt to help communicate to first responders.
I think I'm going to get one that says, I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer. Or I'm a dripping boomer. What do you think? Well, it's just so that if it's a millennial or a Zoomer first responder, they kind of understand that I'm a boomer. Right? No?
You do you.
I know. You do you.
Question. What do you guys think of ad-powered games? Well, the thing is that ad-powered games are usually free. So, I mean, someone has to pay for the games somehow. So, I mean, free-to-play games that have ads in them, It's what you pay for, and it's a legitimate reason why it's in there. So I am okay with that. What I'm not okay with are premium games.
How about loot boxes?
If loot boxes are in free-to-play games, and it's clearly communicated what your odds are on getting the prizes in the boxes, and it's a free-to-play game, makes legitimate sense. However, if they're in paid, costly AAA games that already cost $80, and the loot boxes tell you nothing about what's in them or your chances of getting things, no, I don't like that.
How about buying and trading of skins?
What about it?
Is it okay?
Sure.
All right.
If it's a feature built into a game.
Right, but the problem with that is that you got to be careful that you don't go down a slippery slope with it, right? Remember that the 16-year-old boy that we met in Vancouver was $25,000 in debt.
Yeah, but I mean, of the amount of people who actually have problematic game tendencies, what's the population of people who are actually problematic gamers compared to all the other games?
It was like 0.5% variance.
Yeah, so I mean, like
very rare.
Like anything else in the world, most of what we do as humans is actually quite awesome and amazing.
Another concern I've been reading though is that how kids now, in order to get into these loot boxes, will use parents' credit cards.
Yeah.
As a payment, and without parents knowing, and so parents are going into their credit card bills every month, and going, where the hell did this $400 thing come from?
I hear those stories too, but my question is that because families didn't teach that young person how credit cards work? And how some people might just, like very young people might just think,
don't you think
magic
that,
money?
Don't you think that maybe the individual who took the credit card from the parent should have asked the parent first?
Oh, most certainly.
All right.
Almost certainly. But if a young person only sees an adult using this magic plastic card to get things, and they haven't been taught about how that works and where money comes from.
A really good example of that, Candace. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Candace? Come on, am I wrong? Thank you.
Oh, you mean that one time she used a Visa card to pull some money out of she's telling me to not tell the story.
I know. It's how come? Oh, you just put this plastic thing in and you get money. How does that happen?
She wanted cash from a cash machine, and she put the credit card in the cash, not realizing that that's a 20% increase off the top.
That's kind of funny. So that's it for today's show, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we have. Next show is going to be on the 16th. Same time, same place. I really like today's show. I love these lights, by the way.
Yeah,
these
I love
lights.
them.
I mean, like we are true YouTubers now.
Yeah, we are. Hey, you know what I'm doing next after the show?
You're going to Washington.
I am. I'm hopping a ferry with Mum, and we're heading down to Washington State for 2 days to do a bunch of training down there.
That's wonderful.
So I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 presentations over 2 days. Yeah, it's going to be pretty busy. Yeah, you're kind of slower this week, right?
I am slower this week.
You're slower this week, which gives you time to catch up to do some things that needs to be done. Right?
Yes. I got some cleaning and organizing
You got
out
some
here.
taskings to do and stuff. I understand Candace's parents are coming to visit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how is she doing okay?
Oh, she's fine.
She's doing fine. She's doing fine. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, but yeah, no, good show. I love the lights too. I like the blue. Blue is my favorite.
Yeah, the blues are cool. Do you like light blue or do you like darker blue?
I like baby nut. Because sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Boom, 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 boom. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. Anyways, it's.
What is that?
It's a song for Almond Joy in the United States. Because of Almond Joy, you can get them with nuts or without nuts. Right? And so it's a little bit of a jingle. It's kind of a boomer thing, for sure. Like, it's a boomer thing. Right? It's a boomer thing. You wouldn't get it. There's some people here who are watching that probably get it as well. So, but anyways, so on behalf of me, I'm Darren.
Brandon and Candace is in the back, who has been in the chat the entire time.
Oh, and she's saying in my ear that she's getting a Discord.
She's going to be looking at the Discord potentially.
Yeah,
so
apparently there's a couple of our followers that want to be a moderator on it and stuff. So
we'll see where that goes.
I'll have fun with that. Anyways,
see ya. Bye everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Washington State. Anybody watching? See you in a couple hours.
We'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.